It helps you just because he brings some experience. If he drops another ball, you won't have to worry about that question again.
No.
That's the only way he'll catch it if we're throwing it away. He'll go over his head on the sideline. But he understands that, and he knows it better than anybody. And really, it's probably my fault for putting him out there too soon. He only had been out for a week, and I slid him out there anyway. But that tells you the confidence that I have in him getting lined up and doing the things he needs to do. He paid for it. He's looking to redeem himself, as we say in my room.
And this year, Ontario has embraced that role, and he worked really hard in the off season on his hands. They've gone from average to above average. He worked really hard with Coach Troop and some of his drills, and that's what he needs to do for us. He needs to, because he's a threat out in the open field, and he needs to be able to do that for us. And we impressed that upon him this spring, and I'm excited, what he can add to our football team. From a receiving standpoint.
Wants.
Absolutely.
Right.
He wants guys that can run. In 2004, he had all those guys out there that weighed 205, 210 pounds, but they could get to the football. We don't recruit any, Mike linebackers, guys that can only play this spot, or can only on offense. We don't recruit guys that can only play this spot. Multiple versatile athletes. He's just a jewel for us. He's a great kid, great student, great player, great ambassador for the school, great recruiter. He does everything for us.
Coach Chiswick and us talked. We felt it was very important last week. I'm playing a lot of young cornerbacks. We know there's going to be a lot of snaps. We know we've got to play a lot of people. We're young, and we talked and felt like it was best advantage for Auburn and us, for me to be down there and keep them charged, to keep them ready to go, mix up some things. So worked well. There was 90-some snaps in that ball game, and my guys play special teams too, so I had some of them play 90 snaps. Chris Davis had as fine a game as I've coached some pretty good corners here. It's about as fine a game as I've seen. As far as the hustle, getting after it, y'all probably know more about it than me. I look at the technique and the toughness and all those type things, and whether you're hitting people, tackling. But he'd come off man to man several times and make tackles that's, back inside, just because he's able to control the guy at the line of scrimmage. So he did some very good things. Is he there yet? No, and I'll tell him that, and he understands our goals and what we want to do. But had a very fine football game. And
I think it helps because he's in the best position to help our team as the guy that has the most experience and we feel like should be our most productive player. One of the things that Coach Malzahn and I talked about a lot was getting him in the position where he could play his best and help our team the most. So I think that certainly helps him. And I think he and John kind of feel comfortable with each other, playing next to each other. So I think there's some definite positives in that regard. I think AJ started to look like the guy that earned a starting job last year. Really for the first time last week. He had that, I wouldn't say for the first time, but more so than he has had in the past. He had that spark and that energy and that confidence, and that was a big part of making that switch, was feeling confident that he could get the job done. And I think he had a solid first game, but like all of them, still lots of room for improvement. And he's the complete package. He's extremely powerful. He's quick. Has a great first step off the ball, has the ability to change directions, and plays hard. He plays angry. He plays like he's going to try to hurt somebody. And that's a huge, huge talent and a huge point of focus for us this week, how we handle their D-line.
Actually got sick right before kickoff, and I didn't make the kickoff.
Really?
No, I was in the men's room. I was actually in there, and I heard the crowd, and I asked somebody on the other side over there, "Are we kicking off or receiving?" He said, "We're kicking off." I said, "I got a few extra minutes." That's a true statement. When I got back to the
Feel lonely in the booth last week with Phillip down on the field? You only coach up there, right?
no, Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I just thought about it. Win a bunch of GAs.